Welcome to Luna La Union. Today, we're stepping into a world where art, nature, and history come together in the most beautiful way. We're here at Bahay na Bato, a unique spot along the coast that's known for its incredible stone carvings, serene beach views, and the peaceful vibe that will make you feel like you've traveled back in time. If you're ready to experience a place where every rock and sculpture tells a story, then you're in the right place. Alright guys, I've stepped inside Bahay na Bato, and I gotta say, it feels like I just walked into the past. This place is packed with all kinds of antique tools, from farming equipment to fishing gear and even some old school carpentry stuff. It's like a crash course in Filipino Tools 101. Every corner has something fascinating, and I'm trying to imagine life way back when these tools were used every day. I mean, can you picture plowing a field with one of these? Makes you appreciate our modern gadgets.
Te,
Pagbayog. Lampara.
pagsilaw da. Ito.
Silaw. Yan. Wala na ngayon. Obsolete na. Dito mo na lang makikita yung mga yan. Oh, obsolete.
Ito pagkasta na ito niya.
Wood wheels. Ay, pang.
Dam. Saka.
Footprints in the sand. Saka. Ano yan? Saka lata. Okay. Dito ang mulaga. After taking a good look around, I decided it was time to head back out. And then I'm greeted by this absolutely gorgeous beach. But wait, no sand here. Instead, it's covered in this beautiful, colorful pebbles. Aray ko, huwag mo akong sulatan at saktan. Tigas ng ulo. May bulkan ka ba dyan?
puro bato. Oh. Yan na.
My stone.
Pebbles, puro pebbles naman pala dito.
Ngayon, bagani ko. Katubig eh.
Let's just say my inner collector immediately kicked in. I started scanning the ground, and before I knew it, I was on a mini pebble treasure hunt. They're just so smooth and shiny. I thought, yep, definitely taking a few days home. And let me tell you, the view here is something else. The water is so clean, and the waves are crashing up onto the pebbles, pulling them back like it's all perfectly choreographed. It's got this sound that's so zen. I mean, if I could bottle this up as a soundtrack, I'd play it every night before bed. It's like nature's lullaby. Strong, rhythmic, and kinda hypnotic.
The red one.
Yung kaduret.
Rare pong mga to, ganito.
Hindi mo maalam.
Yung makita dyan pintas na ano, kung ako nadanuman.
After taking in the beauty of the beach, we headed to the next part of the adventure, the Gallery of Curiosity. And let me tell you, the name doesn't lie. This gallery is packed with so many unique pieces that it's hard to know where to look first. Everywhere you turn, there's something interesting waiting to catch your eye. It's like stepping into an artist's dreamland where every pebble, piece of wood, and even bamboo has been transformed into something extraordinary. And then there were the wood carvings. Wow, these weren't your average woodworks. Some looked like traditional Filipino symbols, while others had this whimsical, almost mythical vibe to them. It's like each carving was daring you to look deeper and find the story hidden in the grain of the wood. I couldn't help but wonder, how many hours did it take to carve something this detailed? And more importantly, where do they even find wood like this? The detail on these carvings is incredible. It's like the artists have a secret superpower or something. Then we move on to the bamboo sculptures. Now, bamboo is everywhere in the Philippines, but I've never seen it used like this. These pieces look like they came straight out of a fantasy forest. Some were twisted, some were woven, and some were carved with intricate designs that made you stop and go, wait, how is that even possible? It's like the artists see bamboo not just as plant, but as a blank canvas. Some pieces were carved into familiar shapes, like animals and plants, while others were more abstract. They have this natural, earthy vibe that really makes you feel connected to the land. The gallery truly lives up to its name. Every single piece in here sparks curiosity. You start off just appreciating the beauty, but soon you find yourself wondering about the story behind each piece. Who made this? What inspired it? And how did they even think of using these materials this way? And the setup of the gallery is part of the charm too. It's not like a traditional museum where everything's in neat rows. Here, the art feels more organic, like it's part of the environment. You find pebbles mosaics tucked into corners, wood carvings nestled among bamboo pieces. It's like a treasure hunt, which every discovery feels personal. Honestly, the Gallery of Curiosity is one of those places where you could lose track of time. It's like inspiring and kind of mind bending in the best way possible. I think if I stayed any longer, I'd probably start thinking I could make my own pebble masterpiece. Though I doubt it would turn out as cool as the ones here.
Matanggal na, souvenir mo. Souvenir. Ang nagdak ko.
Mga Korean na yung narinig ko.
The wings of the devil.
Real stone talaga dati.
Nga?
Oops. Yeah, yo. Oops. Devil ako kanina, ngayon angel lang ako ngayon.
Could it painting?
Bata nga souvenir mo?
Good. Matang nakababain.
As we step out of the gallery of curiosity, it feels like we're entering an entirely different world. It's like a ship of dimensions, a doorway that takes us from the creative chaos of the gallery into the calm, almost mystical space of the stone garden. The ground is completely covered in pebbles, crunching softly beneath our feet with each step, like a gentle welcome to this new part of the journey. The first thing you notice is that this isn't just any garden. Instead of plants and flowers, this garden is a sanctuary of stones, carved stones of every shape and size, scattered truly, thoughtfully, and throughout. Large stones with powerful, almost monumental carvings tower over smaller, delicate ones, creating a balance that feels both strong and gentle at the same time. It's like each piece has its own spot, like they're all part of some grand natural design. Everywhere you look, there's something incredible waiting to be discovered. Some of the largest stone carvings stand like guardians of the garden, with faces and figures etched into the stone that seem almost alive. You can't help but feel like they're watching over the space, giving it a sense of calming, quiet protection. One large carving in particular catches my eye, a towering stone etched with intricate patterns that swirl and curve, almost like waves. It's mesmerizing, like looking into a story that's written in a stone. As I wander deeper into the garden, I start noticing the smaller stones scattered between the larger ones. These smaller carvings are just as beautiful, each one unique. Some are shaped animals, birds, turtles, fish, bringing a touch of nature into this rocky world. Others are abstract with flowing lines and shapes that makes you stop and think, what does this represent? Or what was the artist feeling when they made this? It's like these little stones are whispering secrets, waiting for someone to pause and listen. Then there's this amazing variety in texture and color, which adds another layer to the whole experience. The stone range from smooth, polished surfaces that catch the sunlight to rough, rugged texture that give a sense of strength and age. Some stones are dark and deep, almost like they hold memories, while others are lighter with a warm, inviting tone. Walking through this garden feels like being surrounded by ancient wisdom. Each stone a silent storyteller sharing a glimpse of the past. And it's not just the stones themselves that create this magical atmosphere. The garden is arranged in a way that almost feels sacred. The larger stones are set apart, almost like statues in a temple, while the smaller ones form little clusters, inviting you to explore and interact. As I make my way through, I find myself slowing down, taking in each detail. There's a peaceful energy here that's hard to describe. It's like the stones are reminding you to pause, breathe, and appreciate the beauty of the simple natural things. And then just when I think I've seen it all, I notice that some stones are stacked in perfectly balanced formations. These stacks are ca- these stacks are are like little towers, each one carefully balanced by hand. There's something so impressive about it. Each stack a tiny act of patience and creativity, as if someone poured a piece of their soul into making it just right. It makes me smile thinking about the care that must have gone into creating some stuff. This stone garden feels like a place out of mind, out of time, a space where nature, art, and spirit come together. There's a sense of tranquility here, a reminder of the quiet beauty in life. It's as if the stones themselves are inviting you to slow down, admire the details, and lose yourselves in the moment. I leave the garden feeling grounded, grateful, and maybe just a bit enchanted by the stories these stones have shared with me.
Ay, dati di bahay na bato.
Bahay mo to. Bahay ng bato. Kana. Kakabay.
Bahay mo bato.
Ang bato. Pero pala. Diyan. Mga pangalan dito eh. Dapat. Ha? Di gusto yun eh.
Dahil. Ano?
Tumapok. Ano yan dahil?
Ano?
Mato.
Oo.
Uy.
Naringag lang hindi ayan.
Tini. Tini.
Ano?
Come on.
Aywan. Aywan. Narabaw sa amin dyan.
Narabaw nga.
Kaya na mo. Isum mo man. Napukawan.
Pupa man eh.
Ha? Saan nga nagsito eh? Ang nakita pa sila ito. Concha.
It's like I've entered a stone stacking paradise. Picture this, rows and rows of carefully balanced stones, each one perched perfectly on top of the other, as if they were been frozen mid-tumble. It's like these little stone towers are daring you to come closer. And of course, I can't resist. I start adding a stone here, a stone there. Trying to balance them feels like playing a game of don't let it fall. But hey, I'm up for the challenge. Now, let me tell you, it's stickier than it looks. I'm over here, squinting, tilting my head, making tiny adjustments, thinking, will this stay? Will it topple? And when the last stone finally sits there perfectly, I'm ready to celebrate like I just conquered Mount Everest. Yep, I think I'm officially a stone stacker master, well, at least for today. This garden is seriously something out of a dream. Imagine a retro style garden, but instead of flowers and plants, everything is covered in pebbles, stones, and incredible sculptures. It's like nature decided to team up with an artist from another era. Everywhere I look, there's something amazing catching my eyes. There are abstract sculptures that make you go, wait, what's that? And realistic one where you can see every little detail curved into the stone. My eyes are just bouncing from one sculpture to the next, like a kid in a candy store, except this candy store is full of stones. I'm just going, oh, look at this one. Oh, wow. And that one. But it's like every sculpture here is saying, hey, over here, look at me. And honestly, they're all so cool and I don't even know where to start. There's something so magical about this garden. The whole place has this peaceful, almost meditative vibe. Like you're stepping into a world that exists just to make you feel calm and inspired. It's a place that invites you to slow down, maybe even take a deep breath and just be in the moment. And the sound of the pebbles underfoot, that soft crunch as you walk, it's oddly satisfying. I feel like I'm in a giant Zen playground where every step and every stacked stone is all about finding balance and harmony.
Tanda yung camping ka. Naruto.
Ang galing. Yung kwada. Simentuda.
Natin talagang kutipatan. Stays together.
After our incredible experience at Bahay na Bato, we decided to take a stroll over the Bato de Luna, a spot that shares the same concept but has its own distinct personality. And let me tell you, Bato de Luna is something else. Imagine stepping into a world where every stone is not just a rock but a piece of art.
Dado mako.
It's like an outdoor museum where each piece has a story to tell, and it's all thanks to an incredibly talented artist named Mr. Kim, a Korean sculptor who's turned this place into his personal canvas. As soon as we enter, it's clear this place is all about going big. Unlike the smaller carvings at Bahay na Bato, here the sculptures are massive, like they're meant to make you feel like you're walking through a world of giants. There's everything from sea creatures to animal heads, and even characters you'd recognize from TV. First up, the sea creatures. Mr. Kim's love for marine life is on full display, with larger-than-life sculpture of fish heads, crabs, and even massive squid tentacles curling out from the rocks. I walk up to these giant fish heads that's been carved with such detail. You can see the scales, the fierce expressions, even the eyes that seem to follow as you walk by. It's like these stone creatures have personalities of their own. I have expect one of them to start moving and splash back into the ocean. Everywhere I look, there's another creature waiting to be discovered. From turtles with shells that look like they've been polished by the waves to butterflies with delicately etched wings. It's a celebration of nature in all its forms. Each sculpture feels alive, like it's part of the land itself, almost as if they just grow out of the rocks over time. And then a little further down, I spot a familiar face, or should I say, a familiar tentacle. It's Squidward. Yes, you heard that right. Mr. Kim didn't just stick to traditional sculptures. He's brought in some pop culture too. There are these massive carvings of characters like Squidward, and you can help but laugh when you see them. Imagine a stone version of Squidward starting you with his classic unimpressed expression. It's hilarious and such a fun contrast to the natural sculptures around. It's like a reminder that art doesn't have to be serious all the time. It can be quirky, fun, and little unexpected. Seeing characters like this in stone makes you feel like you've stumbled in an episode of SpongeBob that somehow mixed with an art gallery. It's whimsical, it's unexpected, and it adds layer of lightheartedness to the whole experience. I couldn't help but chuckle, and I think even Squidward would crack a smile if he saw how much joy his stone versions bring to people. But Bato de Luna isn't just about sea creatures and cartoon characters. Mr. Kim has also carved these striking, almost haunting faces into the stone. Some are smiling, others have expressions that one more serious, and a few look almost mystical like figures from folklore. Each face tells a different story, capturing expressions that range from joy to contemplation. It's like you're surrounded by these silent guardians, each one watching over the place with a sense of calm. And then there are the wood carvings. Using pieces of tree bark, Mr. Kim has created this beautiful moss featuring faces, butterflies, and animals. The texture of the bark gives each piece a raw, organic feel that makes it look like it's part of the nature. The bark moss especially have this earthy quality, as if they were carved by nature itself. Each mass has its own personality, from calm and peaceful to fierce and wild. It's a reminder of the deep connection between art and natural world.
Sapatos gayan.
There's also a mask carved from a thick piece of bark with lines etched in a way that almost makes it look like the face is emerging from the wood. It's mesmerizing and a little surreal, like something you'd find in an enchanted forest.
Sapatos. Dapat aramidan din. Nga dati kaya nasa uwan. Welcome. Sarang he.
Nipple. Nipple.
Hindi hard. Cactus. Hindi daw mag-drawing. Natin eh. Pating. Ni pirata.
Do you guys imagine what this is? Ano ba to? Nakikita niyo ito doon ka? Okay, I'll explain to you ano to. This structure is a fish bone. See? This is a fish bone. Situated under the sea. And that is the sea. Over there at the back. See? It's huge.
Ito nga eh.
Ano ba to?
Mikat daw kita, mikat.
Hmm?
Mikat.
Hmm.
Yan. Clear ni. Nada tama mula.
Hindi.
Rambutan. Kasi ito na.
Question mark. Question mark.
Pangalan to ti bato.
A huge eye. This is a huge eye. With the hands coming out.
Nato ni. Oh, hindi nakita nga bahay na bato. So, dito bahay na bato.
Balik mo ito.
Naglay.
Yeah! Yeah. Ang shirt mo. Bili ka.
Dang, di aso ni.
My two puppies.
Agila. Gala ta ti bato ta garamid ta mo. Iklog.
I hope it's good. Kailangan natin.
Kanang. Malungkot.
Wala pa yan, naganak ti manong.
Medyo na.
Talaga nga bato niya.
Tugaw ka nga andang. Bato niya, peso.
Bato nga talaga.
Tikra na sa akin. Rabbit. Rabbit ba?
Magsumba dito. A touch of stone and wood. Look at these arts. It's a touch of wood and stone.
Check. Korean dyan nagkwat to. Mga Korean. Di ko ang panibidyo.
Alright, folks, we're down to our last stop, the legendary souvenir shop. Now, if you've ever wanted to bring a piece of this amazing place home, this is where the magic happens. The shop is like a treasure trove of keepsakes, filled with everything from pottery and keychains to t-shirts and seashell ornaments that practically scream, I want to be at Bahay na Bato and Bahay de Luna. There are these adorable kitchens that look like mini versions of the sculptures we just saw. I mean, who wouldn't want a tiny stone turtle or a grumpy little Squidward dangling from their keys, right? And don't get me started on the seashell ornaments. They have all sorts of seashell creations. Some look like flowers, others like little animals, and seriously debating if I can fit one of these in my bag without having my luggage sounds like a maraca. Then, of course, there's the classic t-shirt section. These shirts have designs that practically shouted, I survived the stone stacking challenge. I'm tempted to grab one myself just to commemorate the fact that I managed to balance a few stones today without knocking over the whole stack. It's like a little badge of honor. As as I stand here surrounded by all these mementos, it hits me just incredible this adventure has been. Bahay na Bato and Bato de Luna aren't just places you visit, they're places you feel, explore, and remember. Whether you're into art, nature, or just looking for a unique experience, this place truly has something for everyone. It's one of those destinations where every step is a discovery and every stone has a story. So, with my bag full of souvenirs and my heart full of memories, it's time to say goodbye to this amazing place. If you're ever in Luna, La Union, I absolutely recommend putting Bato de Luna and Bahay na Bato on your list. Come for the art, stay for the stone stacking, and live with a little bit of this beautiful place in your heart and maybe a few pebbles in your pocket too.
Yaman ka? Presyo na 1.5. Peso. Peso. Dakot. 5,000. Sinindang eh.
Dali. Nag-asa.
Nga.
Kabag, ma'am.
Datali na dati yan.
Awan, sir.
Okay. Gusto nindang eh.
by chain around.
Neta.
Each akan yan. Ayan o. Parang parehas pa tayo. Couple.
Thanks for joining me on this adventure. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can keep exploring these hidden gems together. Until next time, keep wondering, and remember, always stack your stones carefully.